Hello, this is Dr. G. About Nnamdi Kanu life sentence yesterday. That was a well scripted uh, judgment. As you can tell, as you can see, or as you can see from the body language and how he was reading from script, you could tell that the judgment has already been scripted. And it wasn't this government, it was the Buhari government that scripted that judgment. And when you listen to how the trial was, or when you see how the trial was conducted and listen to what the judge was saying, you could tell that it has already been scripted. They've already, they know what they're going to do to him. I think a lot of people have been saying Kanu shouldn't have fired his lawyers or his counsels or whatever. But I think that guy is a very clever guy. He already knew. He knew what was coming. And he understood that even if he brought the best lawyer in the world, they would have still convicted him and sentenced him to life imprisonment. That was the plan. And it's not this government, it's the Buhari government that scripted this. They already planned this. And I think Kanu is aware of this. That was why he decided to represent himself. I believe so. That was why he represented himself. If you watch the replay of the judgment again, you will understand. You see the way the judge was reading from script as if he wasn't the one that wrote it. So, but that aside, anyway, there's something I noticed from all this. The Igbo people are their own problem. They are their own problem. The people behind this, the people that are pushing for his life imprisonment, or the people that are pushing for Kanu to be taken out, are those politicians in the East, in the Southeast. They know that once Kanu is out, most of them won't be able to win the election. They know that. They won't be relevant. They know that. That is why they are pushing. They don't want Kanu to be out, because they know that if Kanu is out, they won't be able to win. But that aside, Igbo people are their own problem. They are their own problem. They don't, they betray themselves, for just nothing. So, and that is very, very bad about the Igbo people. They are their own enemy. I could see some people celebrating like Igbo Kwe and some other people that didn't agree with Nnamdi Kanu. They were all celebrating. So they are their own problems, and without that unity, there is no way they are going to win this war against the Nigeria state, because Nigeria is a very complex society, and you have to be very, very strategic if you want to win. If I were Nnamdi Kanu, I know we don't have the same ideology, I would have done things differently. The kind of respect and crowd he commanded, he would have been able to win a governorship seat in one of the Southeast states. And that is how he could have penetrated the government, and he would have been, would have had access to finance and classified information. That is how you fight a complex society like Nigeria. You fight from within, because you can't win this kind of war against Nigeria, because there are so many people that will betray you, especially your own people. And that is what is playing out with Kanu and his people. His people are the one betraying him and, pushing for his life imprisonment. But we are not the same, and we don't have the same ideology. So, and the mistake he made was going to Kenya. If he was still in the UK, he would have been a bit protected. Though, from my guess, I think the UK would have also, jailed him, because they have so much at stake in Nigeria. The UK, they have so much at stake. They gain a lot from Nigeria. So they would have sacrificed Kanu's citizenship just to be able to, get those benefits from Nigeria. They would have done it. But he would have been a lot, safer here, and, they wouldn't have been able to just arrest him the way they did in Kenya. The mistake was going to Kenya. You see, this Kanu sentencing and all those stuff, they are all political, and they are for political reasons. This is how it's going to play out. Kanu is not going to stay there for a very long time. The way I see things playing out, Tinubu is going to pardon him at the end of the day. And the strategy they are trying to employ here is this. Once Tinubu pardoned Kanu, then he would have secured the votes of the people in the Southeast. That is what everybody is saying. Release Kanu and you will win 2027. Tinubu is strategic anyway. He knows and he understands that because of people like El-Rufai and the rest of them in the north, he understands that he might not be able to win in the north. So what he has done, he has secured the Edo, he has secured the rivers. Fubara is just he's just one of those boys now. He secured the rivers and Delta and some other states in the Niger Delta. He has secured a lot of states in the West. Now, if he is able to release or pardon Kanu, he would have secured the Southeast. So he will conveniently win the 2027 election without the North. He doesn't need to win the North. This is the strategy. He is going to pardon him, and at the end of the day, he would have secured the votes of people of the Southeast. This is the strategy I think they're going to use. It's political. It's political. They know that. Everybody knows that it's political. What the judge was reading the other day was just from the script. They've already written it down. Kanu is aware that he knows that the sentencing has already been decided. He knew that. That was why I think he represented himself. He knew that even if he brought the best lawyers in the world, they would have still sentenced him to life imprisonment. It's just politics anyway. So I know, and I'm sure they're going to release him, and at the end of the day, some of the conditions they're going to give him is to stop and drop the Biafra stuff, and if he stays there for some time, he will be weak and he might not be able to continue, But the thing is that there's something the Nigerian government is not taking into consideration. You cannot kill an ideology. The only thing the only way to suppress an ideology is to counter it with a more superior ideology. There are grievances and there are cases of injustice, to the people of the South is the Igbo people. Why not address that? It's very easy. Address it, and I don't know why they are so scared to address these issues. Address it, and you see the agitation and the Biafra stuff, we go down. That is how you can suppress an ideology. You can't suppress ideology with guns, with police, using force. You can't do that. You can only suppress an ideology with a superior ideology. So address all these issues, and they will drop this Biafra stuff. I don't know why the Nigerian government, Nigeria state is scared of addressing these issues. Well, I am sure President Tinubu will pardon Kanu. Like I said from the script, it's just like Nigeria is just like a movie scene, You can predict what is going to happen. And this is what is going to happen. Tinubu is going to pardon Kanu. After that, he would have secured the votes of the Southeast. And, strategically, if he's able to win the Southeast, win the Niger Delta, win the West, win some states in the North, he would have, conveniently secured the 2027 presidential race. So this is the strategy anyway, and I think this is what's going to play out. If you have a contrary view, you can put it in the comment section there. We can discuss it further there.